to Bloemhof in the northwest we go now, where we understand that calm has returned to the area following a community protest. Earlier, residents embarked on a shutdown. Some residents were also barred from going to work, affecting the operation of some businesses in the area. It's believed that community members also attempted to storm shops. But for more on this, let us now cross live to our SABC news reporter, Sellwane Khakhau, who is in Bloemhof for us. Sellwane, good afternoon to you. Thank you so much for joining us here on SA Today. We know that there have been shutdowns in the Bloemhof township previously, where community members, amongst others, were complaining of gangsterism in the area. So what's the story behind today's shutdown?
Well, afternoon, Balisa. You rightfully did say that today we saw a shutdown here in Bloemhof. What happened is the day started relatively calm until we went to court, where one of the community members, who the community say has been helping in the fight of crime and gangsterism here, appeared in the Bloemhof Magistrates Court this morning, and he was remanded in custody until the 23rd. And the community became unhappy with that decision, as they are saying that that man, together with about more than 20 community members who have been arrested in Bloemhof, they say that they have been helping to fight crime and the biggest issue, which is gangsterism here in Bloemhof. And shortly after that, we saw a large number of community members making their way to town, specifically to this spa where we are right now, that you can see behind me. The intention was to close down the business, as some businesses had already been affected. Some had closed down, some were still operating, including the spa. But the police quickly took action and took care of the situation, and it didn't get out of hand. They used stun grenades, they used tear gas and rubber bullets to disperse the crowd. But now joining me is the owner of the Bloem Spa that you see behind me, Mr. Andrew Oros, and he will tell us how businesses are affected when a community react this way in Bloemhof. Mr. Oros, thank you very much for joining us. We saw in the afternoon that your business was affected. A large number of community members came here. What really happened here?
The community were very unhappy at the fact that I had opened my store. All my staff are not present. We let them go to the march. But the fact that we were open, they were not happy and they wanted me to shut down.
And this is not happening for the very first time. In fact, you did say that this month only, it's happening for the second time. How frequent do businesses, including yours, get affected when community members are not happy about certain things in Bloemhof?
Well, this happens quite frequently in Bloemhof, and it really damages the sustainability of our town. And every time it happens, we have to shut down. We have to shut shop. So, yeah, we don't know where to go from here. But, it damages the economy of Bloemhof. And we're situated on the N12, where trucks come by. We depend on people buying at us. They burn the trucks down. They stone the trucks. They close the N12. They force us to close. And at the end of the day, as big as what I am, the smaller businesses suffer too. We all suffer. And the bottom line, our staff suffer. Our staff would like to come to work, but how do they come to work? They get threatened, intimidated. So I don't know where to from now. You know, it affects the business totally. And we're sitting in a hole we don't know how to get out of.
Okay. So. And do you think the police are doing enough to assist? I mean, as a resident also of Bloemhof, what do you understand about the issues here, particularly crime and gangsterism? How does it affect you as businesses?
Well, it affects us. It affects us because they have arrested some of their members, and makes it very unpleasant for us to come to work, and staff are scared to come to work because the police will not release the people they've arrested, you know, and unfortunately the businesses get caught in the crossfire. You know, we have no part of this, but we have to close. You know, so it affects us as a business. It affects our staff. It affects the economy of Bloemhof. It's a very small town in the northwest where we have people coming. It's a small tourist area. And we give frequent calls. Can we come to Bloemhof? We'd like to come to the dam. Is it safe? You know, I don't know where to from now.
Okay, yeah. Well, thank you very much there, Andrew Oros, the owner of a spa in Bloemhof, telling us that every time when the community is not happy about certain things here, businesses get affected as they are forced to close down. SA Today team, it's back to you for now in studio.
All right, Sellwane, just before we go, we understand the schooling was also disrupted, and of course we know that this is a very crucial examination time for the matriculants. What happened in that regard?
Well, Palesa, schooling was disrupted, as well as we could see that learners did not go to school. I'm talking about learners not only in high school but also learners in primary school. You'd also remember that examinations are coming up very soon, and the Department of Education had planned to take some of the learners here in Bloemhof, about more than 200 of them, to a place of safety where they will be able to write their exams. And those plans were also disrupted. Now the department is also not sure what to do next, where to from here, to make sure that the learners' education is not being affected. But as I speak to you now, Palesa, schooling definitely was disrupted this morning.
All right, we'll leave it at that. Sellwane Khakhau, our SABC news reporter, reporting live from Bloemhof in the Northwest.